Okay, it looks like it's 6 o'clock and we don't have a huge group, but that's okay. This is Clem and we got Hawk here with me. So I'm kind of excited that we are going to start wrestling again, and we're going to open up next Monday on October 5th. And there's our picture from last year. And these are the topics we're going to cover today. I'm not going to read it to you. You can read it on your own. We've updated the facility. We've really worked on trying to make the environment a little bit more comfortable for everybody. We've added spray foam insulation, which brought the temperature down a bit during the summer and should keep it a little bit warm in the winter. But I didn't figure that it would be warm or cool enough. So we did also go ahead and added a full HVAC system. So it should be nice and temperate, I guess, for our practices. We also have added some enhanced safety padding underneath the regular mat, and we've also added sidewall padding around the most of the entire area around the mats. One thing about the mats, we are we're going to keep the big lightweight mat, the big green one. The other green one, which was not as good, we're going to get rid of that one, and we're going to get new lightweight mats to fill in the rest of the area. Unfortunately, they might not be here until the end of next week. I'm hoping it will be here before then, but we will see. And the other thing is, we are partnering with the Auburn City Schools, the junior high and high school. They're going to be practicing in October with us, but unfortunately, once they start their season, they will not be able to practice with us, but they will join us again after their season is over. I guess most of you know who I am, so I'm not going to really talk about myself much, not that I like to. Wrestled in California, retired from the Navy, started Takedown in 2014, and I am bronze certified. Everybody knows Hawk, our main technician, our head technician, and probably the most knowledgeable coach in all of Alabama, if not in the Southeast area right now. Lots of accolades, of course. Most notably, he was the lead instructor for the Granby School and Systems for 30 plus years. And I don't need to really tell you that he's coached some of the most awesome wrestlers that we have right now. Another one, a wrestler who's going to be joining us is Jaitlin Pitts, call him JP. He's a former wrestler at the Auburn High School, 4-time state qualifier, 2-time state placer. Wrestling college at Williams Baptist University, which is an NAIA school, was a conference champion, 2-time qualifier for the Nationals, and 1-time round of 12 qualifier too. He's going to be an awesome assistant to our club. Okay, here's our schedule. We're going to start next Monday. We plan to have the youth scheduled for Monday, Tuesday, Thursday from 5 to 6 p.m. And then the middle school and high school kids are going to be joining us from 6:30 to 8. The reason why we have a half an hour gap is because we're due to COVID, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later. We need to clean the mats in between, of course, and all the other areas that the kids are touching and bouncing off the walls. Saturday, we will have Saturday practice. Of course, it's an optional practice from 9 to 11 a.m. Hawk will be running that one as well. And our dog just came in. And then we also have an open mat session from Sunday from noon to 2 p.m. That will not be coached. That will be here for the open mat session, so kids can work on technique, or they could ask questions, or they want to work on their own. Okay, here's the schedule. This is as of today. This is downloaded from the AYWO website. You can tell there's a lot of holes in it still. As a reminder, there are 4 regions. Region 1 is basically in the north, Huntsville area. Region 2 is primarily Birmingham area. Region 3 is pretty much our area, Columbus, kind of that central southeast area. And then region 4 is pretty much the Mobile, Southwest region area. And you can see where the first tournament is the Alabama Youth Duels. And then there's the development tournaments. Those, are, of course, are for the first and second year wrestlers. So for you guys who've been with us for a while, you won't be able to do those. For those who are new to us, the first and second year wrestlers, that is, the developmental tournament is basically for newbies. It will be run, there won't be any weight categories. What they were going to do is they're going to weigh in, and they're going to try to take 4 or 5 kids and kind of put them in the same weight bracket. So you won't need to cut weight or anything like that for that. Won't need to worry about weight classifications. And then it's kind of like a takedown tournament as well, because what happens is we don't want to have any pins, you know, in 10 seconds or something like that. So what they're going to do is the wrestlers will wrestle. First person gets a takedown, then they're going to get up and start again. Takedown, start again, 2-point takedown. And they're going to wrestle for, I think it's 1 round of 3 minutes, and then they're done. And whoever has the most points wins. And there are tiebreakers and things like that, but I'm not going to get into it right now. So the regular season will basically start on December 5th. First set of tournaments, 1 in Region 1 and 1 in Region 4. Pike Road, of course, was probably the closest one for us, or it is the closest one for us. And then it'll run through December, January, and then February 6th will be the state championships, just like last year. Now, they mentioned the 27th of February, the middle school super state championships. That's for the middle school, so our youth will not be involved with that. And then again, in March 6th, they're going to do another state duels championship. I don't know if they're going to change the format from last year. I know it was a little confusing last year, but we're going to try to get a little bit better handle on how that's going to run for this year. So for new members, there is no sign-up fee. And instead of going with USA Wrestling, we're going to go with AAU, of course, because all the tournaments that we're running are going to be under AYWO. So for those who have not been involved with AAU before, there's a website. It's really easy. Just select the sport, wrestling, and then it's really easy to sign up. The great thing about AAU, signing up through AAU, is that they will not have to worry about doing the safe sport, which the USA Wrestling membership does require. And it's also cheaper. It's $14 for the membership. In addition to that, we've got a couple liability forms. Obviously, we're going to have a COVID waiver form that you're going to need to fill out. And then there's going to be an AAU waiver form. Those are the 2 liability forms. And then we'll also have a family info form that we're going to ask you to fill out. Now, the good thing is this year, all those forms will be online. I will send out links to all those on the website and then through TeamSnap. And so you will be able to see, or you will get links to all those forms. They're very, very simple to fill out. Once you fill them out and push submit, they will come directly to me, and we'll be able to print out hard copies of all the forms. It's very, very easy. You won't have to do any paper copies of anything this year. Next, club fees. Like last year, it'll be a monthly fee of $60 paid in advance by the 5th this year, or by the 5th of the month. And we're going to go with the regular season fee of $250, and that will cover you all the way up through February for 6 months. Actually, I think it's 5 months now. My mistake. So there's like a $10 a month fee difference. And if you do the regular season package, then you will get 2 club T-shirts. The ones that were hanging in the office space, those are the ones that you get. And so once we get your child's T-shirt size, we'll go ahead and Hawk will go ahead and make those over at Mammoth Printing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, once you sign up and fill out those forms, we're going to get you into Team Snap. Oh, I'm sorry, I take that back. The club fees can be paid through Team Snap and or through a check. And of course, new members, just like last year, will have a 2-week free trial to see if their kids your kid would like to wrestle. Or if after 2 weeks you say no, don't want to, then no problem. Or if you do want to sign up, then it will be the 60-month monthly fee after that. Okay, so Team Snap, we're going to use Team Snap again this year. For those who are not familiar, it's an app that you could load up on your desktop or your phone. It's very easy to use, and it's available on both Android and iOS phones. Now, the reason why we're asking for family information is because we have to put that information into Team Snap. I have to do that as an administrator, and then I have to invite you to come into and join Team Snap Club website, because what we didn't want to do is have an open website where anybody could just join in. So that's why once we get your information, you'll get an email, and you will be able to sign in and fill in all your information. Again, the reason why we do that is because it is secure. Only team members of Team Snap team members can actually see other people's information. That's where we're going to be putting all our schedules and chat messages, email messages, and practice schedules, tournament schedules, and all that. Now, one thing that's also new for this year is there is an integrated health check, and I'll talk about that in the next slide. But I do ask anybody who's coming back, please update your kid's photo on there, because I know a couple of the kids have grown over the years, and some of the photos are still a little old, so please update those. So for daily check-in, what we're going to do is we're going to have the wrestlers come in, and they're going to do a Team Snap health check. Again, I'll show you what the screenshots look like of that. Now, the Team Snap health, actually I should show you that now. When you go to Team Snap to do your health check, this is what it's going to look like. These are screen captures of the check-in page on your iPhone or your Android phone. And it's just going to ask you 5 questions, those 5 simple questions. Unfortunately, if you say yes to any of them or check any of those boxes on for question 5, then it's going to tell you that you're not cleared or you're cleared, depending on how you answer. Now, if you do answer any of those on number 5 as a yes, that does not, we will look at it on a case-by-case basis. Sometimes people have a cough, because sometimes I get a tickle in my throat and I end up coughing for like a couple minutes. That doesn't mean that I have it or have any other symptoms, but that's because I have something, in my throat or something like that. But again, we'll talk about that on a case-by-case basis. Okay, going back to this slide. Now, the one thing about that health check is it will only open up 8 hours prior to the practice. So you can't do it the night before. You have to do it within 8 hours of the practice. Again, it's a 5-question push button and answer the questions. It was very quick, but we will be requiring every wrestler to have that the health check done before checking into practice. We also ask parents to check for nails, make sure their nails well, make sure you don't have those sharp nails, make sure they are neatly trimmed, and also do some skin checks to make sure that you don't have any MRSA or anything like that.
Ringworm.
Ringworm.
Their age is more ringworm.
Yeah, that's true. Could be anything. Yeah, but please do some skin checks on your child before coming in. Once they come in, we will be doing a fever check. We have one of those infrared devices which can check for fever. We're checking to see if your fever or your temperature is below 100.4. The other thing we're going to be checking is your blood oxygen level using what they call a pulse oximeter. What it is, it's something that you stick on your fingertip. It just sticks on top of your fingertip. It's non-invasive. It doesn't it doesn't take any blood or anything like that, but it will be able to measure the amount of oxygen in your blood It is a medical device. It is hospital grade. The one that we have is hospital grade. And what we're doing is we're just checking to see if the oxygen level, blood oxygen level is 94% or above. Because if you're below 94%, then you probably have some indications of either pulmonary distress or maybe even COVID. So we will be doing those checks as well. Okay, for parents, since we are going to have mats all around the entire facility, well, in the mat room, we were going to keep the parents in the viewing rooms only, and masks will be required if you want to stay in the viewing rooms. For those who are new, we do have 2 closed circuit TVs that are film, or you can view the entire mat space from those 2 TVs inside the viewing room. Because we do have COVID-19, it is still with us. We're going to be doing daily cleanings just like any other place. We're going to make sure that we're using the Ken cleaner like we did last year. That has been certified to kill the COVID virus as well. So we know that does work. It does say they have got the clearance to use that on to get rid of the virus. And of course, it does kill all the other mat infections. Yeah, it's pretty powerful. We do have hand sanitizing solution. We do have a hands-free dispenser, sanitizing dispenser solution. We also have hands-free paper towel dispensers as well. And during practices, we will be limiting the amount of partners. Not that has been a big issue in the past, but I just want to emphasize we will limit the partners to about 3 or 4 per group, so that they're only wrestling.
If we have that.
If we even have that, yeah.
Last year we didn't have too many changing around.
We didn't have too many of that, but hopefully we will.
No,
we'll see.
We want we want a good problem.
Yeah, that would be a good problem if we had too many partners. But anyway, we also ask parents to make sure that their gear is cleaned after each practice, especially the headgear, and make sure the soles of the shoes are also clean, and probably sprayed for the smell of the shoes. Some kids tend to have a little bit more, how should I say it?
Their whole body.
Their whole body could be, yes. Okay, equipment. Just like last year, t-shirts and shorts. Try to use or have a more tight-fitting, shirts, t-shirts, and shorts. Nothing like really oversized.
Eventually, we want them all to be wearing a club shirt.
Right.
I want everybody to be in uniform.
Right. But for the shorts, try not to have any pockets on those shorts if possible, because when they're doing the takedowns and they're reaching around, they don't want to get their hands or wrists or fingers caught in those.
Or sweatpants either.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah. So we're going to try to stay with t-shirts and shorts. By having our full air AC and heating, we should be able to keep it warm enough so we won't
everybody comfortable.
Yeah, we should be comfortable this year.
Yeah.
For wrestling shoes, I want to emphasize again, only please make sure you bring those with you. Do not wear them inside or as you come into the gym. Only change those shoes on the mats, please. We are going to require headgear like last year. And also make sure you bring a full water bottle with their name clearly marked and visible, so that because last year we had a lot of wasted water, but secondly we had a lot of water bottles that were unmarked. So please make sure those water bottles are clearly marked. We're also asking for parent volunteers. We could always use parent coaches. They could always help out, especially with this youth group. You don't have to know too much about wrestling, just kind of follow Coach Hawk's direction, and he'll get you pointed in the right direction on how the kids need to be moving. Like I said, it always helps to have parent coaches out there. we're also looking for somebody to maybe be an admin person for the front desk to help with the check-ins, the medical checks, temperature checks, the blood oxygen level checks and things like that. That would help speed things along. Uniforms we kind of talked about. Last year, Lauren did a great job getting a good set of uniforms through one of the uniform makers. And, we could talk about that. We could have those uniforms, same uniforms available again this year. We haven't put anything out there yet, but I think I think a lot of people like that, and we could do it again this year. In addition to that, like Hawk was talking about, we do have just the regular T-shirts that are going to be available, and it'd be nice if we could get everybody into those T-shirts as well, because if nothing else, they're a lot cheaper than the full uniform. Yeah. If we could also have a volunteer to be a member of outreach, we could always use more wrestlers, obviously. One thing I've noticed, there are a lot of people who have kids who want to find a club, and sometimes they just don't know about us. So if we could have somebody go out there and work with local outreach, or do some local
community,
outreach
schools.
Yeah, school.
Everybody and their brother.
There you go. Media relations, it always be nice to work with a local paper or TV stations, and maybe we could get a little promo,
a little ink
or something. Yeah, that'd be great. Fundraising, obviously, it always helps to have more money so we can buy more things for the kids. We're gonna have, talking about that, we do have, when I go back to the equipment thing, we do have some wrestling dummies now this year. I've got a battle rope, we've got a jump box, and so there's some equipment that we'll be able to use on the mat now too.
Big throw pad.
Yep. So we could help with the kids' conditioning with some of these other pieces of equipment. But again, it always helps to have more equipment also, and that's what we could, if we have somebody working on the
climb ropes, pegboard.
Right. Lastly, if we could have somebody who would be a parent support person, this would be somebody who's been a parent for a while, who kind of knows the ropes and can tell or can work with new parents to show them the ropes on, how tournaments work, what kind of equipment the kids need, how track wrestling works. I know that's always been a sore point for a lot of parents. Here's our contact information. Yeah, that's our contact information, coach's contact information. Email us at any time with any questions. We'll be happy to answer any questions or concerns you might have. And now we could open it up for questions. Yeah.
Hey, this is Chad Adams, Brady's daddy. Hey, all the, you talking about volunteer coaches and stuff, last year we had to go through like hours upon hours of filling out all the stuff on, to coach. Do we have to go that through every year? Are we good with that from now on?
You're talking about the, once you got it. Yeah.
You got it.
Once you got it, you got it. Yeah, you're good. But you do have to pay for the upgrade or the next year's, because it is an annual membership. That's the only thing. But as far as going through all the courses or whatever, the safe sport and the background check, that should be good to go.
Well, background checks every 2 years.
Yeah. So every 2. So if you did it once last year, you should be good for this year.
So you did good. So last year we're good.
Okay.
Yes. Just making sure.
You don't have to take the long test again. If that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, the safe sport.
It takes like 90 minutes.
Yeah, the safe sport takes about 90 minutes. So.
But once you're in on that, they just give you a refresher.
Yeah, and that's real quick.
Yeah, that's like 5 minutes.
Yep.
And it's all the same questions.
Okay.
Oh, I think one last thing. Please try to show up a little bit early, because we will have to do, here we go, the temperature checks. And I guess I probably need to show this. This is what we're going to be using You can probably see what it is. And once I put it on your finger, I'll show you how it works real quick. Yeah. I don't know if you can see that. So you can see it can start reading the rate, oxygen rate, respiration rate, all that good stuff. But it takes about 10 to 15 seconds to actually start measuring. So, and like I said, this is a medical grade, so it is pretty accurate. All right, well, we look forward to having everybody show up again, and hopefully we'll get a few more people than those that showed up today, which is fine. And we look forward to having everybody out there. And yes, we will be doing contact. I had a question. One of the parents asked me on Saturday, are we going to be doing contact? Yes, we are going to be doing contact. We have to do that for wrestling, you know. So
it's starting to open back up. I mean,
yeah.
people have already been into it. So
yeah, I know Tom or Warrior's been working out. Ironclad has been. Icon. A lot of, I know Georgia opened up completely. Storm Center.
they're starting to let the world team members and stuff like that go back at it.
Yeah, and I figure if football can start, we can start.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
All above.
Yeah, and I guess Florida. I just heard Florida on Friday, I believe, opened up everything. I mean, they're fully open. The governor said, "Go ahead and open." So that's good news for them. All right, I think that's it. And again, thank you for joining us for today, and we will see you hopefully on Monday.
See you guys.
We'll see you guys.